This is the SR-71 Blackbird. The Blackbird was a military reconnaissance plane flown by the US that could reach speeds of Mach 5 and was powered by two Pratt and Whitney J58 engines. And this is the Lotus 56B. An absolute monster on the track. It could go up to speeds of 325 kilometers an hour, raced in 3 F1 races, only finished one, and had a power of 492 wheel horsepower coming from a gas turbine engine in the back, was all-wheel drive, and was a monster. Oh my gosh. Your boy! Yes! 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 Hello everybody, it is Streamboy here, and today I am here on Assetto Corsa once again, after that wonderful little intro I just did. I know that I'm gonna do it this time, for real. If there isn't one, yell at me in the comments, please. Please do it. I need to stop. But anywho. So, you might be wondering, you already know what this thing is. This is the Lotus 56B. This thing was powered by a Pratt and Whitney, gas turbine engine. This exact version, which looks like a Pinewood Derby car, which you don't know, those are like, these, I'll probably put a picture somewhere. Pinewood Derby cars are like scouting thing, whatever. But this thing is insane. For the time, it could go way faster than it should have. This thing is a wedge on wheels, to be honest. That's because this thing was so, the engine was so heavy that they just had to do it. So yeah, this is Pratt and Whitney, and as I said, this thing is the same thing that was powered. This thing had the same engine as the SR-71 Blackbird. Rephrase that. This thing had the same engine manufacturer as the SR-71 Blackbird, which is insane. There's no reason that they should have done this, but they did. It almost won the Indy 500, but crashed in the final few laps, and Emerson Fittipaldi drove it around here, Monza. Here, Monza, in 1971 to get a P8. It was the closest finish ever, which is hilarious that it happened, just so happened at the same time that this thing was racing. But yeah, let's see what happens. It's so weird. Oh, it only has first gear. It's a one-gear car with no downforce. Wow. Coming up to the first Lesmo. The engine braking on this thing is non-existent, so it's very hard to drive. So this only raced in 3 races, 2 of them were retirements, and one of them was, of course, here with Emerson Fittipaldi finishing 8th, a full lap down, which at the time I don't even think was a points finish, as the points finish was 6th place. Coming up to where Ascari is now. This thing is a beast and is very, very, very fast in a straight line, as you can tell. The thing is, because it's so heavy and it's all-wheel drive, it is pretty stable for what it is. Being a wedge on bricks. Or... brain. Being a wedge with wheels. Except for in Parabolica. It does not like Parabolica for some reason. You could probably put the brake bias really far back, as all the weight is in the back. So as I said, this thing almost won the Indy 500 back in '68, I believe. The other thing that's just crazy about this thing is the acceleration. It's not... Don't forget, this was, like, the early 70s. Like, the engines were probably putting out close to, like, 400 horsepower. So was this... This thing was putting close to 600 brake horsepower. And it could just accelerate. They recently, in 2018, showed it off at Goodwood Festival of Speed, and this thing creates so much heat. Like, it is a lot of heat, and you can just see it streaming off the back of the car because it's a, like I said, it's a jet engine, basically. No, I'm gonna get comments saying it's a gas turbine though. Can I stop hitting that wall in particular? They're literally... Oh, God. Oh, no. No, no. Okay. Let's get a nice clean lap of this thing. Now, for the longest time, I didn't know about this thing, and I'm not going to get a clean lap again, as usual. But I only found out about it because my friends and I were being dumb, and we were trying to figure out who raced for the most engine manufacturers. Just as a little, like, fun thing. And I noticed P&W gas turbine. I'm like, Emerson Fittipaldi drove a gas turbine? And then I looked, and it's just like, yeah, he drove a Pratt and Whitney. I'm like, Pratt and Whitney? Uh-oh, stuck on the grass. Now, the funniest thing about this car in particular is the fact that it wasn't like both the drivers had it. It's either one of the drivers had it or neither of the drivers had it. It was very strange. So, like, this thing was almost like an exhibition car, kind of. It was the weirdest thing. I think one of the biggest problems that would come about with this car would more than likely be how lethargic it would kind of be in, like, shorter corners. And that one gear makes it so that you get no engine braking at all. This thing, it's still terrifying. First valid lap, let's go. Let's see if I can get a really good lap in here. Ooh, do not cut the curbs. Oh no. So now we know, don't touch the curbs at Old Monza. Because they'll kill you. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can get some cars that were from this era and try and race them. Alright, so it's a little bit loud. But I tried to get as many cars as I could. It was very hard to find many. The only ones that actually raced against it would probably be the 312B and the 72D, maybe. It was very hard to find anything for this time period, so I just added some other cars just to spice things up. So yeah, let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Not good. Hopefully this thing has a reverse. It does. Wait, I need to try. Okay. Ow. Okay, thanks, Bruce McLaren. I just have to try this real quick. This is gonna look stupid. Ow. Okay. Well. Sorry, it takes a little further to build up. I just smoked that, man. I just have to try this real quick. Because, in theory, this car's gear ratio should be the same in the rear as it is going forward, because it's a single gear car. That was almost 100. That was more than 100 miles an hour in reverse. That's hilarious. Almost 200 kilometers an hour in reverse. Where else could you get that? Build up the revs for a second there. The one thing that this does not have is good low rev acceleration. But once it gets up there, well, you know, I don't think there's going to be anything really stopping it, except for wind resistance. And I don't even think that plays a pivotal role. And corners. Corners definitely do stop it. I do have to say that. I just thought about that. Here we go, Clay. Come back here, boy. Slipstream doesn't even matter. Set a 127.2. Just a little bit slower than Mr. Jackie X right ahead. Jackie X racing for the Scuderia here. So I'm having to chase him down. I need to get him 2 seconds. But the Lotus 72D behind me is getting real racy now. Here we go. Jackie X right ahead of me. Oh, his X goes off a little bit. I think I'm just going to be able to eke him out for some time. Yes, definitely. Sit a 127.0, beating Ix by just over 2/10. Am I going to be able to finish him off before the end of this race? We'll have to see. I'm going to be trying my best. It's definitely going to be a close one. It might be a drag to the finish line, which might be in my favor. To get a massive lockup that won't go. That's gonna be damaging to my front left, my fronts in general. Like my front left, no, my fronts in general, you idiot. As the Lotus behind me tries to get around me, but cannot. Sorry, Lotus brethren, but my car has a little bit of an advantage, I have to say. As he's off! Oh, he's off behind! A big crash for Peter. Wow. And once again, just like in real life, this thing could be a podium sitter and a winner. But it just couldn't because of how tough it was on itself. With just the power. Able to finish third. not what I wanted. But I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry if the game was really quiet and you couldn't really hear anything. This car doesn't make a lot of noise, really. Which is surprising. Outside, it probably sounds like a jet engine, of course. Let me see. Sounds mostly normal. I mean, the jet engine was probably close to idle. It wasn't probably pushing that much. But it's still so cool to see. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. And so yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I shall see you all next time, where we'll see what we're going to be able to drive. Oof. Oh, that poor 100 board. Sorry, I just had to watch that. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.